What's up, trainers? Episode number 62 of Pokemon Horizons. And I was a little disappointed in this episode. Um, I didn't have in my bingo card for Roy to summon his inner Ash and not evolve a Pokemon. Now, obviously, it's not Roy's choice. It's the Pokemon's choice on when it will evolve and when it's going to hit like a level cap and all the other things. But I really thought that because Dot has had her time to shine, 𝐒𝐿𝐴 had her time to shine originally with Sprigatito evolving to Florigato. I was like, okay, it's now Roy's time to shine, and it's time for Fuecoco to evolve as well. And although we did see Roy overcome kind of like his trial, he didn't really like do anything like spectacular. And even him terastallizing, I felt like was pretty late in the battle. Like he ended up having to terastallize in like as an answer to Rhyme terastallizing, her toxicity. That's kind of what ended up needing to happen here is I felt like he kind of had to be reminded of like, hey, don't forget to terastallize, because that's kind of the point of your whole seminar and this whole test and stuff is to terastallize your Pokemon. Now, if you just look at it just from that angle and say, did he terastallize or not, and did he win or not, then both answers are yes. So I guess he did pass and everything else, and he did meet the qualifications. But from just an entertainment standpoint, we learn more about his parents. We learn more about why he won't shut up and he keeps singing, because his parents were, they sang a lot as well. They're apparently on like a boat and stuff, and they went like that. They left their kid behind and they went, Roy, smell you later, sucker. And they left him, with Grandpappy, as they went to go do whatever they went to go do, which makes sense because he's a kid and he has school. And I guess he has school. I don't know, but like he's supposed to have school and do kid stuff. So I guess that makes sense. But his passion for singing, whether he has talent to do so or not, comes from his parents. And he decided to, once again, grab the reins of singing and sing with Fuecoco once again. And they went, hey, 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 hey. And they hayed their way into a victory. And that's what ended up happening this episode. Now, the one good caveat or the one bright moment was that Grusha was watching this battle happen with Roy, and 𝐒𝐿𝐴's gonna go fight him next at his domain, at his gym, and that's gonna be next episode where we'll get to see 𝐒𝐿𝐴 show her chops. At this point, she's pretty in sync with Florigato, so I imagine that she'll be able to pull out a W next week. Hopefully, they don't expand it beyond just one episode. Hopefully, they just give us a one and done episode with 𝐒𝐿𝐴 passing. Hopefully, we don't get one, 2, or 3 episodes. Hopefully, we're just in and out, and then we can move on to the next kind of like plot line, because I think I'm over this terastallization stuff, especially because this one took so long, and I just felt like it was really underwhelming. Now, the fight itself, though, with Fuecoco versus Toxtricity, I thought was pretty good. Fuecoco was able to bop and weave and get in on Toxtricity and ended up, de-terastallizing Toxtricity with a flamethrower. So I thought that was, pretty good. And I thought that moment in the fight was pretty good as well too. I also did enjoy seeing Nemona, have a lack of stamina and see her, talk a big game. But when it came down to it, she really was not able to kind of keep up with the training regimen that she herself put forth. So I thought that was a pretty funny moment as well too. But overall, I'll just say this was a fine, very serviceable episode. It was supposed to be a hype episode, but I just didn't feel like it was. There was also an underuse or lack of use of Kilowatt Trail this episode. This was just focused on only Fuecoco. And I thought Kilowatt Trail would have been probably my go-to, just between the two. But regardless, it is what it is. It is what we got. And I would say this episode was a 6 out of 10. I would say this was a decent, 6 out of 10 is probably, decent to good episode of Pokemon Horizons. Not setting anything ablaze. I think next week will be a much better episode. So that's kind of where I'm at. Episode number 62 was a fine episode of Pokemon Horizons. And, Roy stepped up to the plate and he summoned his inner Ash by, not having his Pokemon evolve. So hopefully we see Fuecoco evolve down the line. If not, then he'll just be the one with the unevolved starter Pokemon for whatever reason. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Can't wait to hear yours in the comments below. My friends, I'll see you guys next week for episode 63. Peace out, trainers.